someone you've been previously in a relationship with decides to go public with personal details, you have said distorted personal details, and suddenly photographs which are from private moments that make their way on social media. It's like your entire part of your personal life is playing out in a kind of peanut gallery. What did that feel like?
It feels, I mean, the first few days I was really shocked. And then you think, how low can a person go? And then you realize there really is no limit to how low a people or person or people can go. And then I said, you know what? It's his karma. It's his karma. It's not my karma. If you decide at your birthday party, a photograph is being taken on your phone, and you decide to, his birthday party, and a photograph's been taken, you decide to cut that out and put me out and put that out and give it to the troll cell, and you think that gets you clients or it does you something good in your life, then ultimately good for you. Because I certainly knew that the people who loved me and the people who voted for me and the people who applaud who I stand for weren't the least bit bothered as to whether I wore a dress or whether I had the occasional, glass of bubbly once in a while. So once I think if you're sure of yourself, they can't get to you. And I remember in my last interview to you, I had said that if at the end of this, I can prove that that women in politics can survive by being true to themselves, then it's all worth it.
But Hillary Clinton once said to me that women in public lives have to develop a skin as thick as the hide of a rhinoceros.
Absolutely. Times two. You just have to get to a point where you have to say it's irrelevant and not bother.
But the commentary is always moral, it's sexualized. Everybody has an opinion on what you wear, who you have been with, who you might be with, whether you smoke, whether you drink.
Because they're all a bunch of losers. Honestly, they're all a bunch of losers, because I don't have the time, frankly, to sit and go on Twitter about who's wearing what and what they're eating for breakfast and what their source of energy may be. I'm not bothered. So if it gives the BJP, and this is frankly a very right-wing Hindutva troll Sena kind of narrative, which all of India is propagating today. So whoever feeds into that or buys into that, they're basically a bunch of losers. They're Muppets with nothing to do. And if looking at me and they feel I am the antithesis of everything they stand for. So if they think they can bury me, then they feel good about themselves, right? If some loser ex of mine gets his name on some dumbass show twice and people are now calling him for expert opinions, good for him. It's okay. But I think that's not even the point. The point is that, look, if, ultimately, if it helps you, go for it. Because there's no way anyone was going to ask you for an expert opinion if you hadn't been linked to Mahua Moitra.
Do you feel hurt, angry, cynical when it happened?
I feel none of those things. Sometimes things have to happen because they have to happen. I mean, I'm very karmic that way. What will happen will happen. And it's how you deal with it. You can't control what happens to you, right? You can only deal with it as best as you can. So it's how I dealt with it. And this is all, to me, it's irrelevant. To me, this all takes away from me as a politician. For me, this takes away from my fight. I mean, I'm only angry that the narrative was not about me fighting the BJP and the narrative was not about me fighting Modi. The narrative was me getting into some brawl with some Jharkhandi piece of, fecal matter.
Why would you use a phrase like that? That's not typically how you express yourself.
I think I use the piece of, because I think I'm also a human being. And I think people have to realize that all of us who are public representatives are also human beings, and that we are also, it's important for us as women to keep it real. Right? And I think all of this, at the end of it, I've had so many people come up to me and said, this has also happened to me. I've been attacked like this by this and this. And we've all been in situations like this in our life. Sure. And we've hidden it and we've not talked about it and we've not taken it on the chin. And we've all kissed our share of frogs, as one of my friends put it. And that's okay. And I think it's very important for women to be able to come out and say, yes, I'm 49 years old. I've kissed my share of frogs. It's okay.